ladies and gentlemen, a 16-year-old has been beaten to death in Karnataka. And this comes soon after yet another case, very similar in nature. What's really happening, ladies and gentlemen? There seems to be a growing cycle of violence amid teenagers, particularly in schools, higher secondary schools, as well as colleges. What is this about? Are these isolated cases? Experts say no. And then you have another aspect of it about how Karnataka government now seems to be mulling and moving towards banning the use of colleges in use of mobile phones, restricting the social media usage in schools and colleges. Are the two connected? Can the two be brought together? That's what we'll be looking at today. A 16-year-old SSLC student was beaten to death by fellow minors in Shivamogga, a crime that has shaken Karnataka and raised troubling questions about rising teen violence. Sanket, a class 10 student of a government high school on the outskirts of the city, had stayed back for a special class. What began as a quarrel among students after class spiraled into a fatal assault. Police say the boys were discussing cricket when a fight broke out. Sanket stepped in to stop the clash. He was then allegedly attacked by a group of minors. No weapons were used, only punches and blows. He died on the way to the hospital. 7 minors have been detained so far. Police are probing all angles, including possible substance abuse. Authorities have ordered tests and announced stricter action against ganja sales in the area. The state government has announced 15 lakh rupee compensation. Security has been tightened, additional forces deployed, and a new police outpost is planned in Aurangabad. But beyond compensation arrests, the bigger concern remains. Why is teen violence rising? Teen violence appears to be rising due to a mix of worrying social factors. Aggression is increasingly being normalized, with minor arguments quickly escalating into serious physical fights. Peer pressure and group behavior often create a mob mentality among minors, making conflicts more intense. Police is also examining possible substance exposure in some cases. The growing influence of social media, from violent content to real culture, and the search for instant validation is another major concern. This tragedy comes as Karnataka government weighs restricting social media access for children under 16. Chief Minister Shivamogga says the aim is to protect minors from addiction and harmful content. Consultations are underway, though school associations oppose a blanket ban and prefer tighter regulation. Globally too, countries are tightening digital safeguards, with leaders like Emmanuel Macron backing stronger protections for young users. From playground scuffles to fatal assaults, the line is thinning. The Shivamogga case is not just about one fight gone wrong, it is a warning signal. Dr. Ravi Prakash, who's a psychiatrist, joins us. I'm also being joined by D. Shashi Kumar, who's an educationist and General Secretary for KMS Karnataka. Thank you very much, both of you, for joining me. Well, D. Shashi Kumar, first to you. So, Mr. Shashi Kumar, what is this? Is this a growing concern? Is this isolated cases?
No doubt.
Okay.
Absolutely no doubt. It is not just growing, it is worsening day by day, year after year. And already it is in place that Mr. Chief Minister Siddaramaya proposing to ban is already in place. This is already a old thing, but we need a strict regulations, because students are totally out of control from system, from parents, from community, from social well-being, everything, because it is not just gaming, it is not just social platforms, it is also like online games with betting, drugs, substance, luring, sexual luring, many things are happening among children. We on the grassroots level, when we are finding case to case, it is what you are getting is a tip of the iceberg. What the news you are getting is just one or two, but on the ground reality, it is hundreds, thousands, every school, every day, every teacher, every household is feeling pinch. So we need a tight regulation, including the stakeholders. There is no digital control. The country should speak. The prime minister should speak. The digital revolution has to come out saving our children's, and lot of effort has to be put front. Otherwise, we will lose all type of the childhood, and we will just end it disaster.
Ravi Prakash, we just heard Shashi Kumar speak, but let's just break this down into tangible parts, for viewers who are watching us, for young people who are watching us. What is this? I mean, look at this. There was no weapons used in this case. There were just punches, kicks. And you have a young life brutally snuffed out. There are so many aspects to this. One, just witnessing and committing a heinous horror. I mean, I'm sure it could not have been a sudden death. If there are punches and kicks which are blowing repeatedly, that guy would have been crying, begging for mercy, helping, screaming. I'm sure if that's what's led to death. We don't want to be one of those who are alarmists, but just for those who were involved in this brutality, that moment did not want them to separate from it. None of them thought of stopping. It went on till the death, in the sense that boy was being taken to the hospital and he died on the way. This is, this cannot be a normal conscience.
Yeah, very, very happy to myself also. It's true, it's a hard fact that we have to realize now. Adolescence violence is increasing. Last year there was one very good show. I'm forgetting the name. I think it's
Dr. Ravi, I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry. Your network is not proper. Your audio is not fine. We'll try and connect to you again. But Shashi Kumar, if I can come to you back on this same question, and I want to ask you this specifically. There's a lot that we can speak in theory that this needs to be done. But as somebody who's an educationist, who's involved in in training small children,
schooling,
how do you look at this? Does this happen? I mean, is there increasingly a behavior that you see around? Can you give us example where children cannot differentiate between what is a shocking reality that should not be ventured near and they should segregate themselves from, they should separate themselves from, they should stop there, to going ahead and being part of it? Is this, can you give us instances? Can you explain this to us?
There are n number of instances. Children are growing aggressive. They don't have patience. There is totally gang war happening within the schools, especially in toilet rooms, because schools are totally secured. But how to control in toilet rooms? These same incidents here and there, it keeps happening even in toilet rooms. Many cases are reported. Our only concern is why this aggression has been growing day in, day out, and what is making them. The toxicity of digitalization, all these factors is taking them away from their childhood. Innocence has been totally driven out. All this, it is scaring. Even even one word from parent, one word from school fraternity, they are taking into other steps, very wrong steps, suicidal tendency, run away from home, or fight with their peers. All these factors are happening, and we need to see that how this can be controlled at grassroots level.
Just a last question, a lot of people are talking about social media curbs. Now, if a state government comes and says, let's restrict the use of phones in schools and colleges, how much can that help?
That will be useless, because 90% of the mobile phone is used between home and coaching centers and tutorials and tuition homes,
right,
and playgrounds, not at schools.
That's true.
And colleges, yes, there is exceptions. Colleges, they are not restricting. The law is there already in place. We don't need this banning of digital. We need to regulate. We need the stakeholders' responsibility. We need from child as young as 1-2 years, we are being digitally toxing them. That has to be controlled. Parents are also equally responsible. So other entities, online gaming, online social media, everybody is responsible. Government is responsible. Forget about the revenue. Look at our children's life.